Hello and welcome. In this video, we're going to talk to you about how to build the greenhouse and everything you need to know about the greenhouse. In order to do that, I'm going to assume you have already unlocked your workbench. So in the Botany skill tree, you're going to have unlocked your Botany workbench. And from here, you have to have got the blueprint for the greenhouse. Blueprints you can find on the map. I did a video on that. Just look for the question marks. They're all RNG, so you might get it early, you might get it late. You just have to try and find it. But once you have it, go to the workbench. You have to go to the workbench, and then you can research greenhouse. You cannot research greenhouse from this tablet. You have to do it from the workbench. So put that down first. Once you've done that, though, you're going to unlock the large hydroponic shelf, the plant incubator, and the greenhouse. So let's go ahead, put it down, and show you what it looks like. Go to blueprints. We're going to come up to food, and here is the greenhouse. It's a large building. It will attach to your base if you wanted to do that. And it also, once we put it down, you can see what it takes in terms of materials. It takes quite a lot. It takes 15 small pipes. It takes 30 aluminium plates, 45 steel plates. It takes 11 glass plates, 7 small engines, 25 packs of screws, 6 electronics, 40 cement, and 3 medium circuit boards. So I wouldn't recommend building this unless you have either the rover and the crusher unlocked to get the resources, or the grinder level 3, because then you can go and grind down other greenhouses, and that will allow you to then build it. So let me just go into the blueprints here. There you go, remove that. So this is the greenhouse. This is what it looks like from the outside. It's a really nice looking building. We're going to walk around. They can't do anything with this at the back here. Also, if we come to this side, this is where you'll see you have your power. So again, you have a fuse box here. You can have power in, you can have oxygen in, and water in. Now, if this is connected to your main base, it will pull the power and the water from your main base, as well as the oxygen. But if it's standalone, obviously you can set that up as you need to. So let's go ahead and we'll jump inside. I'm just going to jump into my base, run you through, pick up that random rocket that I seem to have left outside. Okay, so now we're going to head inside. We're going to run around to what we've just built. Ignore this greenhouse. This is one that already exists. Okay. So this is what we've just done. We've just built this greenhouse. So as you walk in for the first time, this is what it's going to look like. So a quick orientation. You have a control panel here. You have another control panel here. And you have another control panel here. This control panel is for the 3 beds. This one is for the hydroponic shelves. And this one is for the incubators. So let's go ahead and build everything we need. First of all, plant incubators. This is a triple rather than the single that you had in the workshop. So this is a 3-in-1. We're going to go ahead and build that. Make sure you got the materials. It takes quite a bit of material. Not as much as the greenhouse, obviously, but still takes a bit. Okay, so now we have this. That's been built. Turn around, go back to the blueprint, and now we're going to do the large hydroponic shelves. We're going to put 3 of them in, and then we're going to build those out as well. So make sure, again, you've got the materials required to do that. Perfect. So now they are also built. Finally, what we can put in here, the last 2 items, is a composter that sits in the corner there, and that's what connects to that bit outside that we saw. And also we can put in a seed modification machine. That is everything that we can build whilst we're in here. Oh, building the composter. I think I'm going to need to go and get a small circuit board. I don't have one. Yes, I need to go and grab a small circuit board. I'll do that now very quickly. The other thing that you're going to need to do, and I'll show you this as we get there, is you're going to need some dirt. Now, this isn't very obvious, and so I recommend you just follow through on this. I just need to grab that small circuit board. Okay, and then also what I'm going to do, come to my 3D printer. Now from the 3D printer, I need to be able to make dirt. Not dirt, sorry. I need to grab some silicon. Sorry, I apologize. I need to grab some silicon. So I'm going to split and transfer somewhere in the region of like 100 silicon. You don't need so much, but I'm going to do that anyway. You need silicon, and I'll explain why in a minute. So we take the silicon, we head back to the greenhouse. I store mine in my 3D printer, which is why I needed to go there to do that. Okay, so now we can finish building. Finish off the composter. Perfect. Now, what we need to do is go into this. So we can go into the composter. And if we look here, this shows us what is available, right? So we have electric coming in. We have water coming in. We have nitrogen coming in. And we also have dirt. Now, in order to be able to put plants down here, we need dirt. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some silicon. Okay, now I'm just going to split this. I'm going to put, say, 25 in here. I put 25 into the composter, and it's going to make me 25 soil. Okay, so I can recycle silicon to get soil. I do that. I now have 25 soil. That has built out this bed. So now I can choose where I want that soil to go. So if I go ahead, oh, there's no structure in here. Let me put the structure in. That is the field. So we need to put the field in. So there's 1, 2, 3. I forgot to build those. Just hope I've got enough material to build this. Yes, I do. So there's 1, 2, and the third final. Okay, so that's everything now fully complete. So now within here, these are now built. I can now put the dirt within here. So I can put up to 18 dirt in each one. So I'm going to put 18 dirt in this one and 7 dirt in this one because that's all I've got. Now you can see this one is empty. This one is half full and this one is full. Now the idea behind this is if I want to put a crop within, I don't think I've got any crops on me to do. No, not in here I don't. But if I want to put a crop in fact, let me show you. I'll come to my other greenhouse because I have one ready and I can show you an example. It's very much similar to what you did before. So here we have a square. And these squares, there's 3 across. Okay, so we can have 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And basically the way this works is one bit of dirt provides you with 1 square. So you can build this out as you go up to 18. And then that gives you the full bed. What that means is that, and I don't have anything ready unfortunately to show you, but when you have crops ready to put in, you put them in the same way you would in here. The little green outline, same thing here. You put them in the ground. What we're looking for at this stage though is we're looking for this is corn. So if we look at corn in the bottom left there, this is plant stage 3 of 3. So potatoes were plant stage 2 of 2. Beetroots are 2 of 2. But corn is 3 of 3. That means for stage 1, you will put it into the incubator. For stage 2, you'll put it onto the tray. And then you'll move it for stage 3, where you'll bring it to here. And this gives me 7 crops as a result. So I've got quite a bit of corn that I've just managed to acquire. Now, if I go into my inventory and I look, I can see all of my corn that's here. I can also apply that, merge it together. I would now be able to come and take my corn. Oh, sorry, and put it into my modifier. Now, I'm just going to take my potatoes out. I don't want them in there for now. I can put this in here instead. I can get 210 seeds. And if I was to split this, I can get 102 seeds with a speed bonus of 3% and a seed bonus of 5%. So that's going to give me 102 seeds. That is quite a lot of seeds. I can make a lot of corn with this. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to combine that. I've got a bit of extra corn there. Okay, I'm going to open up this. And this has given me 2 seed magazines, which is fantastic. So now I can really focus. I don't have to worry about potatoes anymore. As much as I love potatoes, they're lovely and everything. The problem I have with potatoes is, let's be honest, they're just not really that nutritious. They're not really that nice. They don't really fill you up that much. Whereas corn, oh yeah, we do like a bit of corn. So we have this. We're going to get our gun, which I don't believe I have on me. So please bear with me. I need to just run back into here. It will be in my plants. This should be where it is. It is where it is. Great. I'm glad that I've done that. So I'll just put that there for a minute. In fact, we'll put all of our potatoes in here for now. These potatoes aren't very well. We're going to have to do something with those because they've been in our inventory. We need to put them in the fridge or do something with them. So before they die, I'm going to go and do that right now. So I'm going to take my tray that I'm going to need. And I'm going to go and take my corn that I've got. I'm going to go and do something with these potatoes. So the green bar, and this is important, you'll start to understand this. The green bar that you have here underneath shows you the health of your items. If you're worried about the health, then the best thing I can recommend is to put them in the fridge. This will allow them to last a little bit longer. I'm going to just eat that one. We'll come out of here. Go to my inventory. If I eat this one, it's going to give me a little bit of nutrition, not much. But now I've got my seeds, so I can save them for later. I can also turn them into MREs. If I do that in the food processor, that will preserve them as well. Great, so now I've got my corn. So this is a fully working greenhouse, and I'll talk you through setting this up in a minute. But now it's all built, I can go and do exactly what I would do normally. Go to my inventory, set my this up. I'm also going to set up here. I don't need these at the moment, but this will be my... Alright, here we go. So here we've got all our corn. So for stage 1, we're going to chuck all of our corn into here. Great, that's all done. We're going to do the same thing in here. We're going to just focus on making corn at the moment. Now that we've got enough, we're going to make loads of it. Perfect. Now we're going to check here. So we can see that for electric, we're using more. For potatoes, we only used 0.3. But for corn, we're going to use 1. We're also going to use 2.6 for water. So we need to make sure we adjust this. Every time you put in a new crop, make sure you adjust it. And for fertilizer, which we have an abundance of fertilizer, we're going to use 0.4. So that's what we're going to use for corn. We have that incubating in these 3. And because we got our genetically modified seeds, these are going to grow a lot quicker. Give us a few extra seeds as a result. So we'll close these and we'll leave them for now. Once these are ready, we'll then transfer them from here using our trays up to here. Now the way that these work is you can press down and it will lower them. And you can press up obviously to make it go higher. Personally, I just keep them all down. I find it a lot easier because if it's up, you cannot reach the top shelf. However, if it is down, you can reach both shelves. So you can go along the top here and then you can step back and you can go along the bottom here. Just be careful not to click the up. So now you've got a lot more space. You've got double stacked shelves to be able to do that. So this is stage 1 is here. Stage 2 is here. And stage 3 is here. And that is what you would need to do. So let's go back to our new greenhouse that we have. And we can effectively do the same thing in here. So now we have all of this additional corn, right? So we can make another patch of corn. We're now making twice as much. Now, you don't need to do this. Obviously, we've got an abundance. We don't need all of this, but we're gonna make some more anyway. Just because we've got it for now. You might have different greenhouses that do different things. Totally up to you how you want to play this. But for me, there we go. I'm going to do just 2 runs here. I'm going to make sure this has enough water. I'm going to make sure it has enough electric. I'm going to make sure it has enough fertilizer. Perfect. And I'm also going to leave this one because it's empty at the moment. I don't need it. Okay. So then we come along to the bottom here. And I remember I told you we needed 18 here. We did 25. So we need another 18 and the rest here. So we're going to go across to here and we're going to put in some silicon. Now, this is only relevant for... what do we need? 54, don't we? So I need 29 more. Recycle that and that should be enough for all 3 of these. Come across to here. This never goes down. You never lose it, so it's fine. You can just max it out for now. You can leave it there. You don't need to replace it. Maybe later you will, But for now, that's perfect. We have no dirt left, but we've put it across all 3 of our bays. And that's it. So this is now set up as well. We now have 2 greenhouses, both working. We have a lot of corn that is being created. We know that we have enough water coming in. I'm not worried about that, but you will need to check and ensure that you have enough water coming in. I have plus 54, but I have minus 37, so I'm okay for now. I also have 28,000 litres in reserve, so I'm okay. But make sure you have enough to last you through a day and a night cycle. The reason that I'm able to do the fertilizer, if you don't have this perk, it is in, if you go to the tech tree, it is this one. It is automatic fertilizer extraction. This is great. I recommend getting it. It means you don't have to manually do it anymore. If you have to manually do it, you can either take crops and you can recycle them, or you need to come to the toilet. When you go to the toilet, you can actually grab the waste from the toilet, but you can only do it once per day, and it only gives you 5. 5 is not really a lot, so we're going to come into the bathroom. I'm going to show you what I mean. So you just come along here once a day. You don't need to sit on the toilet. You just click use. You open up this tank here on the side, and you take out the waste tank. You can only do this once a day. If I try and press this again, it won't let me. It says waste tank is full. Actually, did it let me? It let me. Oh, waste tank was already removed today, so it's not going to let me do it again. Okay, so I don't know why it worked twice, and that was a bit weird. It shouldn't have, but okay. So now we're going to come back down. We've got our poo in our hands. I'm going to go back through, and I'll show you what to do with this. In fact, I'm going to chuck this one on the floor. Hold on. All right, so we've got no seeds left. They're empty. We chucked our potatoes in there. We don't need those at the moment. These are in the fridge, so they're absolutely fine. And then we've picked up our waste. Great. So now we come back. We go up to our composter. And here, if I didn't have such an abundance, I would put this in here, and it will give me, as we can see, is this is an old plant, so this is just organic waste. But this will give me 5 fertilizer for each. So there I can recycle that to give me another 10 fertilizer, but I got 1,000, so it's absolutely fine. Like, it becomes an abundance, you don't need to worry. And that's everything you need to know about the greenhouse. So remember to check your controls, remember to get it all set up, and good luck. Enjoy. Make sure you always have power, make sure you always have water. You can turn it off if you're not using it. These are all obviously not being used, but they're still generating, so everything's set up here. And if you change crops, make sure you check, because by changing crops, they have different requirements. So that's everything that you need to do. If you get a crop to stage 4 and you need a stage 4, you'll bring them out of this bed and you'll bring them to the dome. This is the dome. It's nighttime, you can't really see. The way that the dome works is similar in a way to the greenhouse. You would just come across to the back here. You'll put in your composter or your fertilizer machine. You would then... Oh, let's close that. I didn't mean to open that. Click on the handle, close that. I meant to click on the display. So same thing with silicon. We'll come across, we'll put in our silicon, and that will allow us to go to the machine over here. Once we have done that, we can click on that, and you can see we have our dirt. So we can assign our dirt. So there we go, we've assigned 20 dirt. So 9 is in demand. We've supplied 20. So there we go, our dirt is now in here. So we can do some more if we need to. We just come across, same as before, put our silicon in, recycle it. It gives us our dirt. We come back across to here, and then we can just fill up, and it allows us. And in the small dome, we can have a lot. You can see it's getting full. It's becoming full. So that's 66 plots already that we can have in there. We can still do more. We can still do more. So we're going to fill that up. That's something else we can do. And that's it. That's everything you need to know about the greenhouse advanced crops. So the only thing left for you to do at this stage is to go out, find abandoned bases, and search them. When you're searching them, you're looking for seeds. So the only reason I have corn is because I found it in an abandoned base. You need to first find the seeds. Then you need to bring them back here. You need to grow them. And then I would recommend not using them as food. I would come to the seed machine and I would use these to generate more. If I do this, look, I'm going to get 6 more seeds. That allows me, by opening this up, to get 6 more seeds. So 1 corn has the ability to provide 6 seeds for me. And then I can use that to grow more, and then grow more, and then I'll have an abundance. So that's what I would recommend doing, and having a look at all of the different agriculture available. To the point you want to try and get apple trees, you can put corn and tomato in here. Let me just swap this out. Sorry, bear with me a sec. Oh, I'm actually running out of water, so I'm going to have to go and refill that. But you can actually get potatoes and beetroots you can do in here, stage 1 and 2. Corn and tomato plants you can do in here. They are stage 3. And then apple trees and big trees that give oxygen, they're the stage 4s that will go into here. So that's everything you need to know about agriculture, advanced agriculture. Enjoy it, have fun, and I look forward to seeing your gardens.